I found my heart again. You were standing there, you bravely let me in. I could wait a million years or more until you came knocking at my door. It's hard to be this real. We can play our favorite song, dancing to it all night long. With you I feel something, 'cause we're both so unashamed. We're not playing any games. I found a star in you, always guiding me to where my words are true. I've waited a million years before, and I'll do it all again just to make sure. Yeah, it's hard to be this real. We can play our favorite song, dancing to it all night long. With you I feel something, 'cause we're both so unashamed. We're not playing any games. Yeah, it's hard to be this real. We can play our favorite song, dancing to it all night long. With you I feel something, 'cause we're both so unashamed. We're not playing any games. Oh, playing. Yeah. We're not playing any games.
Mounted our solar panels up here back in Kansas, By the time we got done getting everything mounted, it was really late in the day and we were pretty tired. So we just ran all of the cables down the side of the RV and then through the pass-through to our batteries, which was a temporary thing, not something we were planning on keeping for the long term. And so today we're actually going to send them through the roof into our bedroom right behind the TV stand, and then it's going to go down from there to the floor and then into the storage underneath our bed to the batteries. So we got everything wired properly now into the RV and to our batteries, so we won't have to worry about wires trailing off the side of the RV and slapping against our paneling when we're driving down the road, which is awesome. And it really wasn't too terribly difficult, just kind of took a while. And then we also went ahead and touched up the front as well as the back with Henry's Tropicool, which is what we've covered the entire roof with. It's basically this heavy-duty rubbery coating that you put down with a roller or a brush, and it really adds to the longevity of the roof of your RV. We did the entire thing the first time back this spring, and it's held up really, really well, except for on the front and the back where at one time we had put down strips of Eternabond, which honestly really, really sucks. It's supposed to be this super heavy-duty RV like all-purpose roofing tape, but we had nothing but issues with it. And we had put Henry's Tropicool down over top of it, and some of it had peeled up because the Eternabond is just not, it doesn't want to be an adhesive surface. And so we took up the stuff that was loose and put some new down. We'll just keep an eye on it. We're up here quite a lot, as you guys know, so we'll be able to tell if something goes wrong, but it feels like a good day's work, don't you think?
Yes, ma'am.
I think we outdid ourselves for dinner tonight. We've got a veritable smorgasbord going on. Stuart's having some fried chicken and some mac and cheese. I'm having a field and roast sausage and Daya mac and cheese, and then we fried up some mushrooms. We're having green beans. I got out my pickles. We're eating well. It's been a pretty low-key, low-energy day, and so on a whim, just to get ourselves moving, we decided to hike down the mountain that we're camping on into the ravine between the mountain that we're on and the mountain next to us, and there was a stream, the coldest water I've ever been in. Pretty stunning experience, and definitely well worth the effort, and I'm really happy that we decided to get up and move our bodies because we really weren't feeling like it, but it was worth it. How can you not when you're in a place like this? first started imagining what our boondocking life would look like, I really did think that it was going to be a lot harder than it has been, that there would be things that I would miss and things that we would have to do without, but that really hasn't been the case at all. And because we have our solar system, we've been able to do pretty much everything that we did when we were hooked up to a grid, with the exception of running laundry. But that's just because our washer dryer is such a draw on our batteries and it uses so much water that it's just not really practical. But other than that, we've been able to vacuum, we've been able to charge our electronics, we've been able to make smoothies. Literally everything that we did before, we can still do now, with the added bonus of being out somewhere super remote, super beautiful. We don't have cell phone service out here, but to be honest, that's almost a little bit of a draw for me. I like the fact that I'm not constantly going on my phone and checking Instagram and watching people's stories and just buying into that whole thing that comes with social media. It's felt like a little bit of a detox and a break, and I've really, really liked that. There are a few things that we have done to try to maximize the time that we're out here. Conserving water is a big one, just because we only have 50 gallons in our tank and then the 25 extra gallons of water that we have with us in those jugs. So stretching that out and maximizing that is important, because that is really what determines how long we can stay out here. So we've been conserving water when we shower, when we do dishes, which is just common sense. But one thing that we've been doing, and I think this is something that a lot of people don't really think about, your toilet does use a lot of water. And so something that we've been doing to try to conserve water there is we've been taking our dishwater, which just ends up going into a little tub instead of straight down the drain, and we put that into a bucket that sits in our shower stall, and then we use that to fill up the toilet bowl whenever we need to go. And I know that that seems probably a little bit ghetto and strange, but it's helped us save a lot of water. It's just water that we use to wash dishes, so it's probably the cleanest water that's ever gone into your toilet bowl, and it's helped us not use as much, which is kind of the whole point. So that's a little bit of a hack and something that we've done. I've come to appreciate why so many people who travel full-time and really do a lot of boondocking have composting toilets, because your black tank filling up is one of the things that you really can't avoid if you have a toilet, and you kind of have to go somewhere then to dump it somewhere. And although there are places that are for free where you can go and do that, like some truck stops and that kind of thing, sometimes you have to pay and go into a campground, which isn't always a bad thing, but when you're trying to save a lot of money, obviously that's a draw. And a lot of people have composting toilets because then you don't have to worry about that. And I used to be kind of anti the whole composting toilet thing because I thought it was kind of gross, but I'm kind of seeing the beauty of it now, and I honestly could really get behind us getting one at some point, just because when you're talking about being out and away from society, running out of fresh water, filling up your black tank, and running out of food are the three things that are going to limit how long you can stay out. And I've really, really liked being out here. I feel like this has been a really positive, rejuvenating experience for us so far, and maximizing that as much as you possibly can is obviously kind of the whole point if you're into this kind of thing. So that's just a little bit. I wanted to kind of give an update on the whole boondocking aspect and kind of a little bit more of the minutia and the day-to-day.
Hopefully this thing lights. Yep. rocking.